18 fighters. So each fighter around $30,000. I don't know if that's to cover camps as well. Who knows? Then you have that 34%. I don't know that this is what actually happened, but if that's the case, that's the number it would work out to. 34% being the number that Ian and Anisa took of profits. That would give you still the 1.3 or around that to send to charity. But that would also mean they made $1 million on this event. That would be fucking crazy that you almost made as much.
Hey everyone, let's dive right into some messy drama surrounding Creator Clash. The influencer boxing event started by iDubbbz back in 2022. This whole thing was supposed to be about raising money for charity, specifically Stand Up to Cancer, but now former commentator Wade Plem has dropped a bombshell speculation that iDubbbz might have pocketed close to $1 million from it. Yeah, you heard that right, a charity event. Let's break this down because honestly, it's kind of a head scratcher. So Wade Plem, who's known for commentary in combat sports and influencer boxing, put out a video where he crunches the numbers on Creator Clash's profits. He starts by questioning the $1.3 million figure that was publicly stated as the amount raised for charity. Fair enough, right? But then he digs deeper into the profit splits. Apparently, 20% of the profits went to the fighters, about 18 of them across 9 fights, and a whopping 34% went to iDubbbz and his wife, Anisa. That leaves 46% for charity, which, if you do the math on the $1.3 million, implies the total profit was closer to $2.8 million. Holy hell, that's a lot more than what was advertised. Now, if that $2.8 million figure holds up, and Wade admits it's a rough estimate, the fighters split around $560,000. That's like $30,000 per person if it's even, which isn't terrible, but also not exactly life-changing for getting punched in the face on stream. Meanwhile, that 34% for iDubbbz and Anisa, that comes out to about $952,000, almost $1 million for organizing a charity event. Let that sink in. Wade points out the irony here. The organizers might have made almost as much as they donated to charity. If that's true, it's not just bad optics, it's straight up disappointing. Even in a lower profit scenario where the total was just $1.3 million, Wade calculates the fighters would get about $260,000 to split, or roughly $15,000 each, while iDubbbz and Anisa still walk away with a hefty chunk. Either way, it doesn't look great when you're marketing something as for charity, but skimming a huge cut off the top. I'm not saying they didn't put in work. Organizing events like this isn't cheap or easy, but come on, 34%, that feels like a slap in the face to the whole point of the event. Here's where it gets a bit more interesting. Recently, Creator Clash put out a transparency Q&A on their website addressing this exact profit split. This came after some drama where iDubbbz dropped a content cop video on Ethan Klein, which led to several fighters pulling out of future events. Following that mess, and after iDubbbz and Anisa stepped away from Creator Clash, the organization announced that the 34% share originally allocated to them would now be redistributed among the fighters. Better late than never, I guess, but it still raises questions about why this wasn't the plan from the jump. If you're running a charity event, shouldn't the focus be on maximizing the donation, not your personal cut? Public reaction to all this has been pretty heated. Fans and even some participants are calling out the lack of clarity and wondering how much of their support, whether through tickets, merch, or streams, actually went to Stand Up to Cancer versus lining someone's pockets. And I get it. When you slap charity on something, people expect transparency, not a shady profit split that only comes to light after drama erupts. Wade's video just adds fuel to the fire, and while he admits his numbers might not be exact, the core issue remains. The balance between charity and personal gain here looks way off. Now, I'm not here to point fingers and say iDubbbz is some evil mastermind. Running events costs money, venues, production, all that jazz. And maybe they underestimated how this split would look to the public. But from a conservative perspective, this kind of thing rubs me the wrong way. Personal responsibility and honesty matter. especially when you're asking people to open their wallets for a cause. If you're taking a third of the pie, own it up front. Don't let it come out through leaks and speculation. It erodes trust, not just in Creator Clash, but in influencer-led initiatives as a whole. As of right now, there's no hard evidence confirming Wade's $1 million figure, and iDubbbz hasn't responded directly to these claims. The transparency Q&A is a step in the right direction, but the damage might already be done in the court of public opinion. I just hope future events like this prioritize clarity over everything else. Charity should mean charity, not a side hustle. What do you all think about this? Should organizers be taking such a big cut, or is this just the cost of doing business? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're new here, consider subscribing for more breakdowns like this. Catch you in the next one.